Welcome back everybody to a new video. It's a new week, new chances, and today I might have some bad news for you. What that is, please stick around to find out. Before we do, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. And also feel free to add me on Twitter, where I post multiple times a day some updates about crypto prices or everything that happens in the finance sector. Also I posted this update there, so please feel free to add me, and also of course on Instagram, where you can follow me on a more informal journey on whatever I'm doing, where I am. Alright, without further ado, let's dive straight into the charts. Of course, we are always going to start off with the BTC USD pair. We are right now on the weekly, and right away I'm going to start with the bad news. Also, if you have been following me on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about, and that is that the weekly has had a close underneath the ribbon, and as you can see here, this is the gap right there. So it was a little bit of a make or break of $500 that we didn't make it. Why is this significant? Well, because of all the other time frames, we are already underneath the ribbons, and that is seen as quite a bearish sign. It doesn't really matter if it's like a small time frame, an hour or lower, 4 hour, maybe a little bit of daily. That happens sometimes, that the ribbon flips bullish or bearish because of the price action, but the higher the time frame, the more powerful it is. And the fact that we closed and now right away start a week in the red, that is pretty bearish, and that is the bad news. And I was actually really looking and hoping for the fact that we might close within, because we have seen it also in the past. We were trading above it. I hope you can see this, that little candle right here, for a little bit, and then we closed lower again. We have seen a similar kind of price action right here, where you see that we actually closed below, and the week after Bitcoin pulled a big FU and then closed way inside the ribbons. So that caught everyone by surprise. Now we had a weekly close underneath this one, so actually I was hoping to see a big bounce up within the ribbon. That didn't happen, so now we're here. If we zoom in a little bit more into the daily, then we are seeing something else that could be interesting. Let me take away the ribbons real quick, because we are still in this falling wedge right here, which is actually a bullish pattern. Yesterday in the weekend, we were testing the top of this wedge. We got rejected, and it looks like right now we are going down south. We're hitting this support level right now, trading around 42,200. So let's say 42,000 is now a key level to hold. If else, it will be 40,000, and if else, it will be 38,000, which will coincide with the bottom of this wedge. I also said last week I would not be surprised if we're going to visit the wedge one more time to shake out the longs. Then everyone becomes super bearish, and then suddenly we have a price pump upwards out of the rising wedge, where we might have a retest of the resistance, which then flips into support, and then we're going higher. But I will not 100% count on it. We can also just jump higher here, then consolidate at one of these levels. So that's what I'm looking out right now for. I will not jump into a short right away, because like I said, this is a support, and this might be a support. So I'm not 100% convinced that we will right away go all the way down at the wedge. It is the most likely scenario, but I will not be 100% surprised if we don't. If you want to trade this, then just wait for the breakout, or even better, the confirmation, and then jump into a long. So that would be my strategy right now. On the daily, we are not oversold yet, so we still actually have room to the downside if the price decides to do so. And on the smaller time frames, we are you see this box that we draw last week already multiple times, that we are in right now. This is quite an ugly pattern. We have seen it so many times, where we kind of just roll over and roll over and roll over, and we have seen it over and over again. For instance, let me see, this kind of looks like it a little bit lower, 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 where you also see that the tops that are being created are constantly lower, and the lower lows. So that looks a little bit ugly. Let's see how this one turns out. I am staying cautious. This is going to be an interesting week. Let's quickly head over to Ethereum. There we see that we, on the weekly, we have actually tested the bottom of the ribbon, and then we just bounce up. That is actually a pretty bullish sign. So that looks good. Again, if we would test it again, I would not be surprised or turn into a super bear, because there's still quite some support, and we are also then still in this important support and resistance box that I've already drawn earlier. So if we would move in there a few times, that's completely fine, especially when that happens on the daily. You see that this has been support and resistance so many times, and it can also be support and resistance multiple days, as you can see here, since we're now on the daily. So here it was for a few days. So if we now drop down, support and resistance for a few days, that will be fine. The fact that we are trading on these lower levels now for a longer period of time actually also means that I'm not expecting a sudden mega bull run all the way to the top. I said if there's a wick down, that's fine, but I want to see a quick wake up. That didn't happen. So I'm not counting on a mega bull run up within a week or 2 weeks to the all-time highs. This is not gonna happen. It's out of the charts. Also here the RSI still has room to go to the downside. I mean, the MACD flipped bullish, but since you see that the bull or the green periods here are quite short, I will not be so confident to put in a big long position. Also here I would say wait maybe until BTC gives the confirmation, then most likely all the other wills run, and then you can jump into a long for ETH. And then of course the price levels that we're watching at will then be among the 3400. Here 3450 is one, and if else 3500. If we're breaking lower, of course, then around 3000, and if that doesn't work, then I'm counting on 2800 or 2900, which is in this box. So that will be my strategy for now. I think I will remain on the sidelines to see how this turns out, because the trading range right now is just very low. It is a few percent. Yeah, you could do it to entertain a long here, but like I said, since we are looking a little bit bearish, I would not count on it that this support will hold, because we're also kind of making an M pattern here, and then if we're looking at the price target, it will be the height of this. So then we're kind of testing the lows here around 3000. Could 100% be possible and will be quite valid, but yeah, it's just quite wicky, and we're constantly trading in between. So it's very hard to trade this. I would say be careful and just maybe wait it out until we have a really clear confirmation. Okay, that will be it for today. Please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so that you don't miss any notifications. I will try to push out as many content as I can about the prices. If you want me to do other cryptos, maybe altcoins, then let me know, then I will also look at that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.